Well, hello friends, and welcome to yet another episode of The Nation Needs You All About SSB. I hope you all are doing well, and today I have got a very important topic for you all, and it is in fact related to the defense. So today we are going to discuss Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, the newly inducted post in the defense services of our country, and we'll discuss what are the functions of a CDS, who is the current CDS, and when the resolution was passed for this particular post, what are the functionalities and how it's going to help India towards making a better defense force for our nation. So let's begin our video, friends. So CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, is Mr. General Bipin Rawat, and he was inducted as the CDS from 1st of January 2020. Now above you can see the dress, the badges of the CDS and the flag of Chief of Defense Staff. This is the tri-service emblem which shows Air Force, Army and Navy as well. Now we are going to discuss about this particular post. So Chief of Defense Staff is the professional service chief, head of the Indian Armed Forces and the senior most uniform military advisor to the government of India. So CDS is going to be a military advisor to the government of India, and he would be providing a coalition of all the three armed forces and would be taking the would be doing the decision making if it's required on behalf of all the three armed forces. On 24th of December 2019, the Cabinet Committee on Security (CCS) formally announced the creation of the position, a 4-star general, a tri-service chief that shall lead the defense forces as well as take up other roles such as Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs under the Ministry of Defense. So the person is going to be a 4-star general, a tri-service chief, as well as the Secretary of Department of Military Affairs under the Ministry of Defense. It is considered that the Chief of Defense Staff is a critical position in today's era of hybrid warfare. Now, आजकल friends क्या हो रहा है ना? It is the era of a hybrid warfare. Hybrid warfare in the sense that until and unless you combine all three types of warfare, that is air, land, and water, you're not going to succeed in any sort of war. So what we needed over here was a joint manship, a jointness between all the three services. So CDS is that critical position that is going to be a junction for all the three services, be it Air Force, Army or Navy. So it will increase the jointmanship, tri-service effectiveness and overall combat capabilities of India. It is speculated that the Civil Service Defense Secretary will be the main defense advisor. So the Civil Service Defense Secretary is going to be the main defense advisor, while the CDS will assume the role of main military advisor. So the military advisor to the government of India and the Prime Minister is going to be the CDS. He would be the single point military advisor. So in the past क्या होता था ना कि if we need to take any warfare decision or if we needed to take any tactical defense decision making we needed to do, we need to consult all the three chiefs of the defense staff, that is Army Chief, Navy Chief and the Air Force Chief. So now it won't be like that. There will be swift decision making since CDS would be there. Now India was the only large democracy which did not have a single point military advisor, with all P5 countries, that is China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom and the United States having one. So China, France, Russia, UK and USA already have a CDS, but India didn't had, so it was an SST, and General Bipin Rawat took over as the first CDS on 1st of January 2020. So friends, always remember the date. It is very critical if you remember the date, and always a plus point. He will serve a full 3-year term till December 2020 or till the age of 65 years, whichever happens to be earlier. Okay. Then we will give you the description of the post. The CDS is a 4-star officer selected from among the serving officers of the Indian Armed Forces, be it Army, Navy, or Air Force. The holder of the post would also be the head of all tri-service command structure, assisted by the deputy, the vice chief of defense staff. So there is going to be a position of VCDS, that will be the vice chief of defense staff, or you can call him the deputy of CDS, to replace the post of chief of integrated defense staff. The CDS would head a newly created Department of Military Affairs. So a new department has been created named as Department of Military Affairs, DMA, under the Ministry of Defense as its secretary. So CDS would be the secretary. Apart from heading the DMA, the CDS will also be the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee, PCCOSC. So he will also be the principal military advisor to the Ministry of Defense, as I told you before. Apart from that, the functions of the CDS will include first among equals among the service chief. So the defense chief of defense staff is described by officials as the first among equals among the service chiefs. The CDS will be tasked with trimming weapons procurement procedures and integrating operations of the Indian Armed Forces, Army, Air Force and Navy. So CDS क्या करेंगे कि जो weapons का procurement होता है, procurement in the sense testing, and apart from that then ordering the particular weapon and functionality of the weapons, testing the weapons, and assessing the weapons, and everything will involve CDS now, because he would be having the knowledge of all the 3 domains, be it Army, Air Force and Navy. Apart from being the military advisor for the government, the CDS will also head the Department of Military Affairs. The CDS will have the authority to direct the service chiefs of Army, Navy and Air Force, and will also have the authority to create theater commands as and when needed. So CDS can command all the 3 chiefs as and when needed. Command tri-service agencies, organizations and commands, including those related to cyber and space as well. CDS will be member of Defense Acquisition Council chaired by Minister of Defense and Defense Planning Committee chaired by National Security Advisor. So the current NSA is Mr. Ajit Dobhal. After that, function as the military advisor to the Nuclear Command Authority. So Nuclear Command Authority would also have him as the military advisor. Then bring about jointness and ensure optimal utilization of infrastructure in the 3 services. So the main thing would be a junction between Air Force, Army and Navy, and utilization of infrastructure. Optimal utilization would be his responsibility. He has to implement 5-year defense capital acquisition plan, in which we would be acquiring the weapons and all the other machineries related to defense, and 2-year roll-on annual acquisition plan as a follow-up integrated capability development plan, ICDP. Then bring about reforms in the functioning of 3 services aimed to augmenting combat capabilities of the armed forces by reducing wasteful expenditure. अब यहाँ पे एक और फंक्शनैलिटी ये है कि जो हमारी कॉम्बैट कैपेबिलिटीज हैं ये भी इनको बढ़ानी है तीनों आर्म फोर्सेस की, और साथ ही साथ जो एक्सपेंडिचर है जो अननेसेसरी है उसको घटाना है. And then he has to assign inter-service prioritization to capital acquisition proposal. Now किस सर्विस को कितना acquisition मिलना चाहिए, कितना share मिलना चाहिए बजट में, how much money should be allocated, he will decide. The CDS salary and prerequisites will be same as the service chief. तो जो भी air chief हैं, naval chief हैं या हमारे army chief हैं, उन्हीं की salary इनकी भी होगी. The CDS will come under the Right to Information Act. So ये Right to Information Act के अंदर आएंगे. RTI के अंदर आएंगे. And then we'll be talking about his uniform and insignia. While the Chief of Defense Staffs wear the appropriately colored uniform of their parent service, the gold wreathed tri-service emblem of the Indian Armed Forces, the naval anchor, crossed army swords and Air Force Eagle, all surmounted by the Indian national emblem, is used in the place of service insignia and united emblems. तो यहाँ पे इनकी जो एम्बलम होगी वो तीनों का मिक्स होगी. नवल का एंकर होगा, आर्मी के रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 2 क्रॉस स्वॉर्ड्स होंगी और एयरफोर्स को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए ईगल होगी. और ये यूनाइटेड एम्बलम जो होगा यही इनका सर्विस इंसिग्निया होगा. उसके बाद the rated tri-service emblem is also substituted for the service cap, badges, uniform button and belt badge service insignia, shoulder flashes and the shoulder rank badges of a 4-star officer. तो इनकी जो बटन्स होंगे, बेल्ट का बैज होगा, कैप का बैज होगा, ये सारी की सारी ये तीनों यूनाइटेड एम्बलम बनी है. जो यूनाइटेड एम्बलम है यही होगी. The 4-star gorget patches typically used by service chief are not utilized as the CDS represents all 3 armed forces. तो जो 4-star जॉर्जेट के पैचेस होते हैं वो यूटिलाइज नहीं होंगे क्योंकि ये किसी भी एक को रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर रहे, ये तीनों को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. उसके बाद while the car pennant is that of a officer's parent service, तो ऑफिसर्स के जो कार का पेनेंट होगा वो ऑफिसर्स की पेरेंट सर्विस का होगा. तो पेरेंट सर्विस क्या होगा? पेरेंट सर्विस बिपिन रावत जी की थी आर्मी, तो कार का पेनेंट आर्मी का होगा. अभी द ट्राई सर्विस एम्बलम इज सब्स्टिट्यूटेड फॉर द रैंक स्टार्स. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे भी ट्राई सर्विस एम्बलम से सब्स्टिट्यूट किया जाएगा. उसके बाद फर्दर इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट्स क्या है? सीडीएस जो है वो मेंबर हैं चीफ ऑफ स्टाफ कमेटी के, नेशनल सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल के, डिफेंस एक्विजिशन काउंसिल के, डिफेंस प्लानिंग कमेटी के, न्यूक्लियर कमांड अथॉरिटी के. तो अगर आप ये सब चीजें जानते हैं तो इट इज मोर देन एनफ इंफॉर्मेशन. उसके बाद ये किसको रिपोर्ट करते हैं? मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस को. इनका रेसिडेंस होगा न्यू दिल्ली इंडिया में, द कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया. एंड देन सीट सेक्रेटेरिएट ऑफ इंडिया, ये सेक्रेटेरिएट में बैठेंगे. इनके अपॉइंटर कौन है? अपॉइंटमेंट्स कमेटी ऑफ द कैबिनेट. इनको अपॉइंटमेंट्स कमेटी ऑफ द कैबिनेट ने अपॉइंट किया है. इनकी टर्म लेंथ क्या होगी? 3 years और अंटिल द एज ऑफ 65 विच एवर इज अर्लियर. तो इनकी टर्म लेंथ या तो होगी 3 साल मैक्स टू मैक्स, या फिर अगर उससे पहले ये 65 के हो जाते हैं तो भी इनकी रिटायरमेंट हो जाएगी. इनका डेप्यूटी कौन होगा? वाइस चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ. So friends, this was all about Chief of Defense Staff. I hope you all liked the video and it was worth the time. So friends, keep on sharing, keep on learning, and sharing is caring. So अगर ये content आप किसी ज़रूरतमंद इंसान तक पहुंचा पा रहे हैं जो कि खुद एक एस्पिरेंट है, तो that is really good. And I really want to request you to share the content as much as possible because we want to give you some sort of help in becoming an officer from an aspirant. So please like, share and subscribe. Till then, keep watching. The nation needs you all about SSB. Thank you.